Today's podcast is brought to you in part by Berg's Disc Sports. Check out bergsdiscsports.com for the highest quality disc golf bags and gear that have all been fully tested and approved by our disc golf community. The only thing better than Berg's bags is Berg's customer service. For over 10 years, the Flying Disc Store has stocked Australia's largest range of flying disc products. From disc golf discs and bags to ultimate frisbees, throw and catch discs and dog discs, the Flying Disc Store has everything you need. As part of our support of the Tee-Off, the Flying Disc Store would like to provide Tee-Off listeners with 5% off any purchase in the store. Just use the code TEEOFF5 when checking out to get your discount. Visit www.flyingdiscstore.com.au today to grab a deal. And if you have any questions, be sure to contact their friendly staff. And welcome back to the Tee-Off, an Australian podcast about the awesome sport of disc golf. My name is Paddy Robinson, and I've got Tim Bowen and Andrew Ferguson with me. How are you, fellas?
Lads, I'm awesome. How about you boys?
Very good, very good.
Getting ready to crack into another episode.
Yeah, a bit of a fun one, actually. We've got a few questions. We've got a giveaway happening, our HyzerFlight Giveaway. So we're going to announce that a little bit later on. You know, make you hang around and listen to us for a bit longer, draw you in. Overview, players meeting, Tim's favourite. I wanted to shout out Berg's Bags as well. If you want 20% off a Berg's bag, just go use the code TEEOFF20 at the checkout. Pretty cool. Now, Tim, you've been called out as well. Last episode, you talked about a few of the rule changes.
And I get it wrong. I'm human. I make mistakes.
Mate.
Haven't you seen me play disc golf? I make a mistake every second shot.
Mate, I can't wait to watch the latest, what is it?
Parked. I'm cutting in. Shout out to Parked. He just dropped round 2, big wet. Mate, I actually learned how to putt in that round, so get it.
All right.
Make sure you watch it. Yes, Daz got an ace. Who cares? Move on. Watch my putting. Unreal.
No, Nath Thomas has sent in, he's corrected you, mate. So on the PDGA membership requirement in Australia, we are actually a part of the international program, so it's only required for A tiers and above, which won't change with the proposal for 2024.
Yes, thanks, Nate. Actually, can I jump in there? Because I did miss a very pertinent rule change at the last episode, and it's because they didn't make a big deal of it. It wasn't highlighted on the proposed rule changes. Did you see this? They're making it so that you can't mix cards for C tiers.
Ooh.
Look out.
Is that part of the international program, mate?
Just like what Nate said, only for US and Canada. And they didn't make a big fuss at it because they just don't do it much over there. But unfortunately not coming out to international guidebook as yet. But it's good signs. I mean, surely that's just proof that, you know, we should not be doing that.
Yeah. Hopefully.
And I think the suffix to that rule change is that if it does occur, like we can just publicly lynch the TD. Like I'm talking about, like put them up on a pedestal and chuck stones at them in the middle of the town square.
Yeah. We're still lynching.
Apparently,
bring back the lynch.
Mate, poor Ryan Michelle, rest in peace. Like, how did he find himself on his own card last week? Anyway, I still haven't let it go. Move on.
Moving on.
What's news round the world, round Australia? What's news? What's happened and who's spoken?
Now, boys, we had 2 Elite Series events. No Elite Series Plus, no Silver Gold, 2 Standard Elite Series. So I'm just making a mockery of the titles. We had the LWS Open at Idlewild. Don't ask me what LWS stands for.
It's like BWS.
Okay.
Over there.
Beer, wine and spirits.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Liquor, wine and spirits. Actually, no, I'm kidding, but that could make sense.
Mate,
sorry, continue.
How good is it watching Idlewild?
Oh,
what a course. Honestly, what a course.
That's one of the ones that I just like. There's not many now. Now I've played a few of these courses over there, it's like, yeah, they're pretty sick, but Idlewild is definitely hands down one of them. I'm like, yes, I have to play that course one day.
Shawnee and I, it would have added about 7 hours of driving onto the last day of when we were already driving 8 hours, but we could have played it. We opted not to because we didn't want to lose all our discs. But yeah, we're definitely regrets. I'm going to have to get back over there. Anyway, MPO winner Gannon Stringbean Burr got the win. He played very, very good disc golf, as did Calvin Heinberg, Isaac Robinson, Paul Ulibarri, and Kyle Klein. They rounding out the top 5 there. Good to see Uli. He played well in the last comp.
Killed it.
He played well at Ledgestone and followed up with Idlewild. Just kidding, good at the right time, Uli.
Well, mate. Well, we've got Worlds around the corner. Like, it's really cool to see some of these guys starting to realise that. And actually, I'll throw out to Kev Jones as well. He is really firing the last few years, isn't he?
Finding some form. I put a line through him in our picks each week because he's been playing crap, but he's finding some form at the right time.
I've had him two in a row.
Oh, what do you know that we don't know?
I mean,
mate, he does that. He does that the last few years. He starts off slow and then comes good.
Worlds is right around the corner. We're going to spend a bit of time talking about Worlds. Could Uli be a smoky? Like, how good would it be to see Uli win? He probably won't win, but he did come 4th on this course at Worlds in 2018. So
huge.
Can play it, knows the course. Yep. That was MPO. FPO, Valerie Manduwanu had a win. 6 shots over Owen Scoggins and Holland Hanley rounding out the podium there.
6? That's huge.
Good win. She's back. She missed quite a bit of the season with an ankle injury, and looks like she's freed that ankle up and playing some good disc golf at the moment. Right. There were 3,000 rated rounds for the ladies. Madison Walker had one in the first round, as did Val, and Owen Scoggins had 1,000 rated round in round 3.
Yeah, that's sick.
Now, did you guys watch any of the coverage?
Yes.
I only caught like the tail end of round 2. Turned it on, I'm like, what am I watching? Like, it's pitch black.
Yeah.
Like, they suspended play. But lead card just went ahead and finished anyway. Yeah. And they're literally like Gavin Babcock playing with a glow disc.
Yes.
Like Gannon Burr had a torch out looking in his bag for the right disc to throw. Like it was, and they were just throwing, and then you see them put their hand up to their ear like, is that going to hit a tree or is that clean?
I legit was like,
that's crazy.
Turning up the brightness on my phone. Like, I still can't see him.
Yeah.
Usually it's darker in person than what the camera shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it must have been held.
Absolutely crazy.
Just like a bit historic there with Babcock as well, just sitting there with his glow disc, like lighting it up with his UV torch and getting it ready to go. Like,
rolling a spliff.
So also, the funny thing I found with that is that I was like, are they're just going to try and push on, blah, blah, blah. But like, they've obviously reached out to the TD. I can't remember who it was, or maybe Jeff Spring or someone.
It might have been Jeff.
Yeah. They're trying to finish the round and play and finish. And like, when they've got the tick of approval, they're all like shouting and celebrating. I'm like, that sucks. Well,
they were going to make them come back and play that last 8 holes before the next round in the morning.
Yeah. In the morning?
Yeah, that. Really. I'm not a morning person. I'd have pushed through.
Still pretty cool to see.
The only other big asterisk I've got next to Idlewild is the DD baskets. Boys.
Yeah.
They don't catch very well, do they?
Well, like, I was watching Jomez and we're trying to find some funny commentary when they pop up, and there's starting to be a few more. But this one is just incredible, and it relates to the old Daddy Spit Outs. It's from Jomez. I'm going to play it now, see what your boys think.
Those.
Yeah. And these are the baskets, I think, right?
Yeah, there were some brutal ones on the chase card.
Yeah, these are those baskets that kind of do that thing. Especially with Aaron's kind of nose down putt.
Portland. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh, no my way. God, dude. No freaking way. Did you know that?
I had no clue.
I was about to say, why are you saying that right now? I cannot believe
that is the worst case of commentator jinx of all time. That was a 3-minute setup.
Insane.
Oh my gosh.
Look at his stays in.
None of us knew. I did not know that.
I had no clue.
I mean, alarm bells were going off like, what? He's about to putt. Like especially
shut
Goose.
Up, Yuli. What is your deal?
Oh my God.
I mean, he has that nose down thing.
Oh, that was disgusting.
Okay, that is Aaron Gossage getting called out and, gets one of the worst spit outs. Dead centre pole.
Proper nicing. Sexton was just holding his breath, just like, why are these guys?
What are you doing?
Why are they bringing this up?
Man.
Then no apologies. He's just like, nah, he's got that nose down putt. Yeah. That's all on Gossage. But the DD baskets, they do love a spit out. Bloody Gannon Burr, he got spat out on the last putt on 18 to finish. Whole crowd's there watching, ready for him to lift the trophy, and he gets a spit out.
Yeah.
So when you're talking spit out, spit back, off the pole kind of thing, or
I'm talking like he hit chains and the disc is not in the tray.
Yeah,
It's
I know. I think we did. I think I talked about this the other week. I believe they're the veteran.
As the expert on spit outs, go on. Tell us all that.
Because of the baskets or because I do them?
Have you reached out to Kim Mitchell yet?
Kim Mitchell?
Yeah, she lost to Anita Webber because of your spit out. Come on, Figs. Public apology.
Turn it up. I believe they're veterans, and the design of the inner or middle chain, it hangs on a little bar which has sideways movement. So, in my opinion, if you're opening the ability for the chains to move apart as it hits,
so essentially you're saying it's like that middle chain will move closer towards. It has got the ability. The top of it will actually move closer towards the pole.
No, it's going to move out.
Move out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you can imagine, where the inner ring is, where those middle chains hang from, there's a little bar with the S hook on it, and then the chains hang down.
Yeah.
There is sideways movement here.
Right. What on earth are you guys talking about? I just can't believe that in the rules and regulations around basket design, there's no stipulations around the chain configurations and whatnot. Like it's got to be tray's got to be this,
surely
top's
there's
got to be that.
Well, it's an evolution of the sport. You can't. We didn't get it right. We don't just have a hole in the ground with a flag stick.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's got to be this wide. It's got to be this deep. That's it. Flag in, flag out.
Yeah.
It'd be lovely if it was that simple and standardized, but at the moment it's not. And because the baskets evolved from the first ones, which were just this piece of shit UFO looking thing with no chains that just deflected into a cage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then it evolved and has changed, and it's still changing.
Look, all I'm hearing is these things are called veterans. That makes me think they're old, and they need to be put in a nursing home. They need to be retired, these ones, because they're not catching. Anyway.
And I don't think the stainless steel chains perhaps, do well either, necessarily. I mean, they're not too
veterans. Veterans of stainless steel.
Yeah, well, they were originally, but they've gone to a galv now.
Yeah.
But I don't know when this course was installed, whether they were stainless or not. Stainless are actually fine. Maybe in dewy mornings and stuff.
No one cares. Just make them catch the frisbee. No one cares if they're coated in bloody glue, mate. Just glue them up. Let them catch a frisbee.
I need to get you into basket design.
No, just give me one that catches.
No, he just reviews them.
That's it. I call them out when I see them that they're not catching putts. Anyway. Next comp, another Elite Series, Discraft Great Lakes Open at Toboggan. D-Glow. I played this course. She's a big one. Don't ask me what I scored. Now, this finished this morning. Hope you boys watched it. I didn't get any work done. I was meant to prepare for this podcast.
Because we usually are not this organised. Let's just say bit of a spoiler for anyone, because I know we are onto this a little bit earlier than we normally are.
Andy Wiz. Make sure you watch it. Spoiler alert.
Right. Now.
Okay. Simon Lizotte clutched up, got the win. He was actually behind going to round 4, but he clutched up massively, took down Eagle McMahon, Chris Dickerson, Cole Darlin, who played another nice comp, and a charging Kelvin Heimberg to get the win. Make sure you watch this one.
Huge.
Just charging Calvin, 2 Eagles.
He threw it in twice.
Threw it in twice.
2 field aces. I know one of you boys loves that term.
I don't mind a field ace, but I'd throw in.
He threw it in. And the baskets
crazy.
Catch. What baskets were these baskets?
Chain stars. Discraft chain stars.
Yeah.
Good baskets.
Not too bad.
Baskets.
They were actually
what's the chain configuration on the...
No, don't even start.
Well, it's actually got 3 chains.
Are they gal?
They are galv chains.
They are gal.
Off the effing chain, you boys.
I tell you what, Simon Lizotte, apparently he shot 21 down in the final 2 rounds.
Is that right?
Which would have got him 7th place. Anyway, even if he hadn't have rocked up for half the tournament.
That's
crazy.
That's nuts.
Take it from me. I've played this course. The elevation does not come across on camera. It looks like gentle slopes that these boys are throwing up. They're ski slopes. It's hard to walk up these slopes.
It is called toboggan.
I think the Aussie course, to put in comparison, hole 15 at Poimina, that big uphill, not even as steep as hole 2 at Toboggan.
Right.
And it really separates the field. If you've got Like it used to be 140 metres. If you can throw 140 metres, you're sort of elite level distance. You need 150, 160 for this. Like the par 3s are all 150, 160. Par 4s have your second shot going up a massive slope. So players, no coincidence that players like Simon, Eagle, Chris Dickerson, who's like...
He's got sneaky distance. Yeah, he does.
We don't sort of associate him as one of the biggest throwers, but he absolutely is. And Calvin Heimberg. And even Kevin Jones as well. He's got that massive, particularly forehand power as well.
Yeah, KJ, I think he was maybe 7th, somewhere around there.
He was playing good too.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you haven't watched this comp, jump on Disc Golf Network, jump on Jomez, make sure you watch it because it was really awesome, particularly the final round. In the FPO side of things, haven't watched any of that yet, but I saw that Owen Scoggins got a massive win in front of Ella Hansen. So Owen in very, very rich vein of form right now.
Right.
Now,
I'm just thinking she's in good form. It would be interesting to see her at Worlds. But
absolutely. She's just such a good putter. I really didn't. I don't know if the FPO layout was markedly different from the MPO layout. I don't know if it's still demanding on the length and the long drivers because Owen's not naturally a big distance player. She's more of a really skilled forehand, backhand, and good putter. Ella came second, so it makes me think maybe the distance is still required for FPO, but I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch the post produced. Anyway, you mentioned before Calvin. Threw it in twice. Absolutely nuts. He got an ace last week. So the guy is dialed. Unfortunately for Calvin, though, I feel like he gets to that part where he's like, 2 shots or 1 shot back with like 4 or 5 holes to play and he kind of crumbles a little bit. It's happened a couple of times this season and I'm kind of feeling bad for him. I have a little bit of a Calvin note at the end of this recap, which we can have a chat about.
Sure.
Hole 16 caught my eye today, and I'm sure it's going to be doing the rounds. I've already seen it on the socials. Simon Lizotte. Hole 16 has new OB rules, and Simon intentionally threw OB to take a par.
Yeah.
So absolutely taking the piss out of the course design. Did you see this?
Yeah.
When he threw it, I thought he went full Simon. I thought he went Simon 4 years ago, just going for some stupid line and just absolutely wrenching it. But it was deliberate.
Yeah.
So this hole's 100 metres, fairly tightly wooded. Some players were like stuffing it up and then going OB and having like a 70-footer comebacker because they were fading too hard. Simon just said, I'll just full send it, go dead straight, go long of the basket, OB, and then he'll have about a 15-foot comebacker. He threw it like 50 metres long. It was insane. Yeah. It worked.
And it worked, yeah.
It worked.
Yep.
Eagle took a bogey and Simon took a par and that was all she wrote.
Did I actually see this on hole 18 where Eagle did the same?
On 18?
Yeah, on hole 18.
I don't think Eagle meant to do it.
Okay, well, the commentary was like, has he put that long deliberately just to take out any sort of risk, lay up, and take a par?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Maybe, but I think like Eagle
does look tight.
Eagle got to that spot like the last couple of rounds without trying to go OB. So I think he maybe just put a little bit more on it.
Okay.
That's the mistake to make, though, open up the angle. But look, Nate Sexton was in the commentary booth and he said this quote, there isn't another person on the planet that makes that decision in that moment. And the rumour has it that Simon did it just to take the piss out of Nate Doss. Because pretty notorious in our boys chat, Nate Doss's keys for closing. Yeah. And right at the forefront of that was keep it in bounds. And Simon said, nah, I'm good. Don't even need to.
I'll take a 3 and win. Yeah. I love that Simon, for many years he's been making course designers and TDs scratch their heads about how they're going to, take away the Simon line, and he's still doing it.
Yeah, still find his own lines.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Apparently, Nate Heinhold, who was the TD, he wasn't happy about it either. So, very good. He was there watching, following the chase.
There is going to be a drop zone 60 freaking meters back.
But that hole, I've played it. It's so unnecessary, all that extra OB and stuff. It was a tough, tight hole. You either threaded that gap and got a bird, or you didn't.
Yeah.
So just completely unnecessary.
Cool.
One other stats I saw from Disc Golf Network. Apparently, playing that course is the equivalent of walking 30 flights of stairs, which is pretty nuts.
Huge.
Cool.
Yeah, that's big.
Cool. Did you play that course?
I did play that course.
Oh, you played that course?
I got 55 over or something like that. It was shocking. But, it's on YouTube. Go back and watch it. Now, we just had the European Open, and I just had a look. Now we've got European Disc Golf Championships.
Yeah.
Next week we've got the European Disc Golf Grand Final.
Yeah. Are they trying? Are they?
Like, what's going on? What is this? We just have the European Open.
It is confusing.
Are they trying to copy Australia?
Well, I think it's the European Opens. That's UC's event. You know?
Okay.
It's, that's his that's the branded kind of thing. He owns that. Well, they own that. Whatever.
No one told the Americans. They all just nicked off. They would have stuck around for another week if they knew there was another one on.
That's true. Yeah.
Anyway.
I reckon you had to play the tour to play it.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Dennis Augustsson, I don't know. He won. I think I don't know a lot of the Europeans, but
Haven't heard of Dennis.
Dennis Augustsson. Albert Tam came 5th, and Nick Antelat came 7th. KT had a win on the FPO side of things. Well done to KT.
Mate.
Now,
I can't wait to talk about this. This is crazy.
She was 16 shots up going into the last round, which
16.
is classic KT, just smoke in the field. And then she went on to throw a +8, and the person in second threw 5 down. So she won by 3 shots. She almost lost it.
Goodness craziness.
So round 2, she shot a 10.54 rated round. And
it's got to be the highest in female.
No.
No?
Fifth thing.
Fifth?
Yeah, Page 10.58.
Okay.
And then 57, 56. And then
I remember there was a
down to
56.
54.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
She followed up with an 8.92 round 4. She went full MA3. That was her worst rated round since 2019.
Was she throwing left-handed?
I'm not sure.
Wow.
So look,
that's crazy.
Rumor has it elbow injury, and she was noticeably emotional when she finished. Had strapping, that fancy colourful tape, which I don't think does anything, but she had it on her elbow.
I'm still confused as to what that is.
Yeah,
but yep.
So we're thinking maybe elbow, which is would make sense that she's a bit bummed because it's so close to Worlds.
Yeah.
Hopefully she can come.
This is the one she had surgery on.
This is the one she had
last
surgery
year.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. In the off season. Yep.
So we'll see.
Yep.
Watch this space on that one.
Watch this space. Now, I mentioned I had a small note on Calvin Heimberg. I just can't help but feel for the guy. He's continually kicking ass. Best player in the world. Arguably best player in the world right now, but he's not really getting the chocolates. What do you boys think? Would you put him as number 1? Gannon Bird's potentially winning more, but Calvin's just always there.
Well, at the moment, I picked him in Crippies.
Yep. He's always first picked. Always.
Absolutely. So,
except for that week I went Ricky for some reason when I was smoking. Now, here's some stats. So, Calvin has topped the cash earnings for this year. He's only fallen outside of the top 10 once. Once outside of the top 10, which is nuts. And he's been top 4 every single comp since Portland Open. On the flip side, I think Gannon Bird's probably the next contender. He's missed the top 25 times this year. But he's kind of getting more Elite Series and more Silver Series wins as Gannon.
Yeah, I feel like Calvin's also probably playing the most events out of most of these guys. I mean, we haven't seen Chris Dickerson for a while. Paul, obviously, taking a step back. Eagle's been injured.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he's probably playing the best at the moment. But the fact that he hasn't snagged a big win yet is probably a little concerning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Worlds,
yeah, that's what I mean. I would love it if Calvin won Worlds. Yeah, he's very, very deserving of that. Playing some great golf, and look, only outside of the top 10 once is just nuts. Just hope he gets over the line. Now, Australian shores, we had a comp in WA, the Carnaby Crush. Alex Canaston had a win. And I actually noticed Cassie Sweeten snuck over. Where's she been? What's Jazz doing? Looking after the kids.
looking after kiddos.
Yeah, what's that like?
Never done that
Maybe
before.
we should call Kat.
Never done that before. She played well though, Cass. Averaged 9.34. So did very, very well. Stepped up to MPO, so well done, Cass. MP40, Corey Bandy. MA1, JC McCormick. MA40, Matt Beard. FA40, Tanya Leanne. MA50, Lotus Kingston.
Nice.
MA2, Jake Kaufman. FA2, Leah Manning. She gets quite a few wins, Leah. Always shouting out her name, so well done to her. MA3, Joey Derbyshire, and MA4, Ian Turton. So well done to those crew in the Carnaby Crush.
Very nice. Now,
Paddy,
there is
you had some Aussie news?
Yeah, Aussie news. Mount Gambier, the eruption
Keen.
What?
Very keen.
Oh, keen. Sorry, I thought you said canned. I was like, what?
Canned? No.
that's not the news.
Super keen. Outside of champs, this is
huge.
the big one. Last year it was certainly right up there with champs.
There's a big number I'm looking at here. I can see why you're keen. There's a very big number.
$6 million.
Sorry.
So that's a comma. No. $6,000 is in the pro purse. Super exciting, and they have made it a PDG A tier. A tier status.
So Nathan Thomas, you have to have your PDJ membership for the A tier.
Oh, there you go.
there you go. Get on it. I think there's only like 3 people on the list anyway. Actually, noticeable or mentionable, they sold out when the registration opened. They sold out within like 3 days. I think it was like 2-3 days. Yeah, crazy. We know that this is an epic event, so yes, super keen to play that one too.
Any danger of it not raining for MPO, that'd be sweet. That was pretty rude last time. It was miserable. I remember following Shawnee Freeman around. It's a beautiful sunny day. And I'm just thinking like, oh, we're going to be playing in a storm. Yeah. Like in 2 hours, the storm is hidden.
We just called to have a chin wag. We just called to have a chat with friends. We just called to talk some disco and to catch up on the latest disco trends.
And on the phone, we've got Trent Pease from North Queensland Disc Golf. Now, Trent, you've come onto the tee-off to chat about a few events upcoming in Queensland. So keen to hear all about them.
Yep. At the moment, next month, I think it's the 16th of September. I hope it is the 16th. 16th and 17th, we've got the NQ Open. So we've got $300 MPO first place guaranteed winnings at the moment. We've got 4 MPOs come up from Brisbane. I think Aaron Morton's on there. Aldo. I'll have to double check the list, but there's about 4 of them.
Yeah, nice.
Big Dan Adamak, maybe he played last time.
Yeah, Dan Adamak. That's the one name I was looking for. So he's in there.
It's a little bit
I
too
think Riley
north.
Pedler.
Oh, Riley Pedler, yep. It's a little too north for us Geelong boys. It's pretty much one side of the country to the other, up in towns.
Yep.
Trent, where's the event being played?
It's at Harris Crossing. We've got an all-new layout compared to what we ran last year at Queensland Open. I think, Tim, you played that, didn't you?
Oh, mate, did I what? I had 45
I played
OBs.
it too.
Yeah. No, it was heaps of fun, though. I think from memory, I had 7 OB pars.
7 OB pars.
Yeah, just could not keep me disc inbounds. Shocking.
Yeah, so we've tried to incorporate a bit more of the trees because the course as designed is a little bit more like a golf course, so there's not too many trees in the fairways. So we've shifted a few tee locations, doubled up the length of a few holes, a couple of safari holes, that sort of thing.
Nice.
So hoping that it's a nice challenge. I've played it a few times in the current layout, and we're thinking par's probably going to be somewhere around the 900 rated. If I play well, I might get 5 over, I reckon.
Yeah. Oh, sounds like a lot of fun. So you mentioned that there's a few open players coming up, but how's the rest of the field looking? You've got a few locals or Queenslanders heading up as well?
Yep. So we've got a few from Mackay. So Kingfisher's the major sponsor. So we've got the Palazzi family from Mackay and a few of their regulars that they have in Mackay. Yep. We've got a couple of guys from Cairns and Cairns Disc Golf. So because we're 1,000 kilometres away from anyone, we have our little community within 4 hours north and south, and we're the only ones currently with a course. So the poor guys in Cairns and Mackay have to set up once a month or every other week in Cairns, 9-hole courses. So they're keen as, and they love to get down or up for the events we run in Townsville.
Yeah, well,
I can see why. I'm just looking back at my scorecard at the Harris Crossing, not the one in the course where I went OB all the time, but they're very generous pars at Harris Crossing. I don't know if you boys have played it. I'm looking at the scorecard. I played with Jade Brady, Clayton Beck, Sean Freeman, and Keegan Brady. Jade got the chocolates with 28 down through 18.
28 down.
Clayton and I 26 down. Shawnee 16 down, and Keegs 15 down.
Yeah, right.
From memory, Shawnee almost aced a par 5. So it's a good course. Nice pars.
When we play league days, everything's a par 3, basically.
Right.
But for reference, we actually had a little event on the weekend called the Tui Challenge, where we played with nothing but a Tui.
Yeah, cool.
And Chris Palazzi over 2 rounds was negative 44. I think I was negative 35 with a single 3-speed disc.
Wow.
The Tui of the disc. I thought you were talking about the beer for a second.
Those were after the round. There was a few Tuis got brought out.
How is the scene going up there? Is there a nice community started around the Harris Crossing course now?
Yeah, we've got about 30 or so regulars. There's people come in and out because we're sort of an army town. We had a couple of army boys come for a year, and they disappear on different work placements and things. So we've got a nice core. We're developing well. We finally got enough players with rated rounds to be PDGA propagators. For our first year or two, we just didn't have enough rated players to actually make it worthwhile running a PDGA event.
Yeah.
So we're building. We've got our eyes on a second course in Townsville, which we're trying to get across the line.
Sounds awesome, man. Like a similar, like the new course. Are you thinking similar, sort of like that beginner, or are you going to try and step it up a little bit?
I think at that one, it probably will be another beginner one, but it's a case of we're still early stages. That we've just heard that council are considering it, so we need to get in their ear and I think with where we've heard it may go is probably only going to be capable for 9 holes, that sort of thing. So
hey, don't get me wrong. Look, the casual pars on Harris Crossing are very all over the place, like par 5s for 50 metres and whatnot. But the actual course we played for the comp, it was the Queensland Open, wasn't it, last year?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
That was awesome. Like, there were proper MPO lines there, and that course was just sort of that land was ripe for a really, really challenging course. So I think
which is what we're trying to do for this year's NQ Open is try and incorporate a few more of the trees. Some of the tees and baskets placements and things like that are actually not too bad. Have a few learnings from last year's Queensland Open because there's a bit of feedback about the OB. You found it, I found it, everyone found it.
Yeah.
So we wound it back a fair bit, but there's a lot of challenging new holes that we've come up with.
Yeah. No, awesome. And good fun. Like, I can't recommend it enough. So make sure if anyone out there is listening wants to check out Townsville, tie a trip in with a course, with a comp up there, because the course is worth it.
I was going to say that Townsville is going to be appealing to a few of us, down south.
Escape the weather.
Yeah, escape the weather. I wouldn't mind a bit of warmth. But now, Trent, you've also got another tournament you wanted to shout at as well. Is it the
Daly Bay Sugar City Open? So that's one that the Pilati family at Kingfisher and I and Mackay have been sort of working on.
Okay.
They've been running league days once a month on a course that they set up, trying to get disc golf off the ground in Mackay, and to sort of get some Townsville people, Cairns people up to Mackay. We thought, why not run a PDGA event, get people down? But it's something that we're trying to build in Mackay as well, and get that whole North Queensland, Mackay, Cairns, everyone. It'd be great to be able to drive a couple of hours up the road to Cairns and Mackay and have another course to play, because we're just tyranny of distance here. We're just too far from anything.
Yeah. A big shout out to the Pilati family, Chris and Kerry. They're doing some really good things for the sport, and I have seen some photos of the rad birdie light baskets in the bright yellow being used out on these pop-up courses that they've been doing. So, good on them as well.
Nice. Double shout out there. Nice one.
That's awesome, though. The thought of getting a course in at Mackay, a course at Cairns, and having that little trifecta up in the northern part of Queensland sounds very appealing, mate.
Unreal, man. Well, really appreciate you coming on to the Tee Off and shouting out those two events. If anyone is listening out there and you're around the Brisbane sort of area, Queensland, or if you just want to get out, get a little bit of warmth and have a little bit of holiday, jump on. Where can they find the events, Trent? Where's the best place? Is that through the Australian Disc Golf event website, or are you on Facebook? Where's the best place to go?
How do you not know this already, Paddy? It's ADG sanctioned events. There is a website. Or Tim's. I'm not playing these ones, but Tim's PDGA page also works.
What I just said? Cool. Thanks, Tim. Yeah.
So you can find the NQ Open on our NQDG Facebook page. It should be on the ADG site all ready to go. Daly Bay Open is on the 22nd of October in Mackay, and it's going to be just a one-day event. We haven't finished the sanctioning stuff for ADG yet, so naughty us, but we'll get there. Just in the early stages of organising it, we thought we'll get it out there, and if there's anyone around wants to fly out and experience lovely tropical weather, even for the NQ Open, like, we've got a hat in the players pack, because if you come up from cold, dark Victoria, you'll definitely need it.
Well described, Trent. Yeah. Well described.
Unreal. All right, mate. Well, thanks again for coming on, and we're keen to hear and see how those events go for you guys.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
All right, big thanks to Trent there coming on. Sounds like they're starting to get a bit more of the ball rolling up there, which sounds pretty cool. Looking for help with course design and installations, a new disc or other accessories for your game? Well, OzDiscs has a huge range of all disc golf equipment in stock. 5% of each sale goes back to support your local club through their rewards program. Also, did we mention they have next day shipping? Well, jump online and check out OzDiscs now at www.ozdiscs.com.au. And on that OzDiscs note, it's time for the OzDiscs HyzerFlight giveaway.
Mate, let's give away some free stuff, shall we?
Now, a bit of a reminder, Tim, what is this winner going to win?
You can win the HyzerFlight umbrella, the hoodie, the stubby holder, the shirt, the towel. If I'm missing something, there's a whole bunch of HyzerFlight and OzDisc goodies in there. You can look properly HyzerFlighted. Fergie, I hope you win, mate, because I can't wait to see you out in the course.
I can't wait to wear that hoodie.
Surely, Eventus, surely.
No, it was pretty awesome. We got quite a few people. It was a big Instagram sort of thing.
Mate, stacks of people want to wear this HyzerFlight stuff. It's awesome to see. We had plenty of entries. I've given everyone a number, Paddy. I'm about to hit go on the random number generator.
All right, here we go.
And it's number 4, which is Michaela Warren, who nicely shared it to her story. So it's good to see someone win with 2 entries win. So well done, Michaela Warren, winning the HyzerFlight goodie. She's actually a HyzerFlight sponsor, so hopefully she passes that on to a friend. Gets them fully decked out.
There you go.
Nice.
Newly to the HyzerFlight team.
So is that how we had so many? You shouted out to the HyzerFlight
Mate, they all
group?
got around it, but there's actually plenty of people from the States joined this giveaway. We're global and trending, boys.
The US, they love a good bargain, don't they? A good giveaway.
Free stuff. Yeah,
I love a couple of Aussie bogans talking about frisbees. Is what they like. Thank you very much to everyone that liked our accounts and shared our content, because it's awesome to get some more people involved in the sport of disc golf in Australia and get some more people listening to the tee off. We very much appreciate it.
And
Absolutely.
Huge thanks to HyzerFlight
and
OzDiscs
OzDiscs.
for
Get a bit of cash worth of merch there.
Yeah,
and good quality stuff too. So thank you very much. Now, Paddy, I'm seeing on the run sheet the returning of a old.
I know, mate.
segment.
I've been wanting to play this intro for a while, so here it comes.
No, it won't take the weight. What's he doing? Your donut. No, stop it. What? Are you dismantling a lamp? No, come on, ready? You muppet. Really?
Oh,
the Gordo Ramsay review.
I tell you what, 7 Mate or 7 whatever, they are running hot with some Gordon stuff lately.
Is that right?
And it's right at like my boy's bedtime.
Yeah.
And he's almost, he's 6 in December. Goodness me. He loves the show, but they do drop some F-bombs. So he looks across at me, oh, Dad, oh. I'm like, it's all right, mate, it's okay. So,
that's funny.
Very good.
All right.
I actually sent this one in. I thought my blood pressure's down low enough that I can resume this segment. And if you haven't listened to it before, this is a segment where you can send in home creations related to disc golf.
Yeah.
Typically PVC related, generally cheap, and
we'll give you some feedback. We'll give you some feedback on it.
I'll try and keep it constructive.
PVC's good. I think half the time it's Glad wrap.
Yeah, I'll put this. This is going to be up on the YouTube, but I'll make it a nicer one for the socials.
I took this photo, and the person didn't send it in, so we'll keep it anonymous, shall we? I don't want to name the person. It's Philip Hall from Melbourne, but I won't name him. Philip.
I can see the bag tag there, 120.
Now,
that's a decent number.
This is a.
He likes to fill it all up, doesn't he?
Now, this is a disc golf buggy. Well, it's a golf buggy, and look, full disclaimer: he said this costs $5 all up.
I believe it.
Now,
maybe $250.
Paddy, what's on top of this golf buggy?
What is the blue thing? Is it?
Well, that's funny you mentioned that. We'll get to the blue thing in a minute. The main apparatus for this golf buggy is a milk crate.
Milk crate. And look, the picture doesn't really show, but I think he's cut the side off it.
He has.
You can see the front of it's
You've
cut
noticed
out.
that? Yep.
So he can access his discs.
So
the way he described this, he said he was driving home from work and he saw the milk crate on the side of the road, and light bulb moment said, I have to have that. Bill, if you're listening, mate, you don't have to have that. You do not have to have that. And it certainly shouldn't be carrying your
Poor
frisbees.
milkman. He's come out from dropping off the... Where's my crate?
But the thing with the crate, it's not got any slots for discs or whatever. He's just plonked the bag in there.
Yeah, well, he has plonked the bag in there, and he thought, I can't get to it, so I better cut the side of it. What's he used to cut it to? I can see the jagged edges from this in this pixelated picture, Tim.
I can't actually see it, but I'm pretty sure there's some zip ties on there as well.
Probably not. I think it's just teetering on the edge there.
I reckon this is going to be a great description in the emergency room as he comes in, where he's like, oh, he's needed 40 stitches on his arm from getting sliced by a secondhand milk crate trying to reach for a high-speed 14-speed driver.
Now, you mentioned the blue thing, Paddy. It's funny. The only other time I've seen a milk crate is it's under our clothesline because my mum's too short to reach the top of the clothesline. So I'm like, you've even got the blue thing there that holds the pegs.
Hang on. Just go back for a second. Can you not lower the?
Not this one's old, mate. These are old. These hills, the old hills hoist.
But can't you? They've got a handle you can wind up and down.
Look, I don't want to give too much intel to our backyard, but this was like water driven, and it no longer works properly. But anyway, Mum's got the milk crate. Anyway, that's why I saw the milk crate. I thought he had the peg holder. He was like, no. He was excited. Not a peg holder. It's the dish. It's like a rack for your dish. Dish rack for your utensils.
It looks like a shower buddy, like a caddy thing for the shower.
Look, Phil, I know you're listening, mate, and I know you're going to unsubscribe after this, but fair dinkum. Spend $10. They don't have to spend $5 on your golf apparatus. $10. Spend $100 and get a new golf buggy. You can plonk your bag on that, or you'll be happy. You won't look back.
Oh man!
You don't need to be putting your bag in the middle of a milk crate with your knife and fork holder for all your expensive stuff.
I tell you what,
is there two bags on it? Is there two bags on it? What's underneath?
Don't get me started, Paddy. I try not to get triggered. I try to keep it PC. Fair dinkum, Phil.
I tell you what,
someone give this guy $50. Let him buy a new golf buggy.
Well, I think if he walks around Bald Hill long enough, they'll think he's homeless and they'll give him $50.
Do you know what I love most about this? He's got the bag in there, but yet the blue carrier thing is holding his putter, a drink bottle, and a towel. That's what a bag does, man. Just put it back in that.
If you can picture like Dennis the Menace on his little tricycle with his trailer and all of those cans rattling behind him, that's Phil. If you hear that noise, it's not Dennis the Menace, it's Phil Hall rolling around.
All right, I think
Llewellyn Park.
I think we're tapping out. That's fantastic.
Can I just tack one little thing? I want to say sorry, Phil. I cut loose there. I was
apologies, Phil.
Or if I was impressed at your apparatus on the golf course, I just want you to know it was 100% feigned enthusiasm.
The perfect sign off for this is one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Please, though, I want to revamp Gordo Ramsay reviews. Now that we've got the cameras, we can actually show people what these things look like. If you've got a friend that has made something that you just think is just awful or just fantastically creative, either one, send it in for us. We'll give you the feedback.
Yep. We'll tell you if it is or if it isn't.
Probably
if it isn't.
I'll tell Fergie to be a bit nicer next week. But,
all right.
I didn't bring it up.
I might chill.
Now, speaking of old segments that we're bringing back, I haven't brought this back. It's been sent in. So I think we'll do a quick shout out and we will put it on the socials. But Blake Houston has sent in here's a contender for worst shot of the week, if that's still on. Blake, it's definitely still on,
mate. You send in gold like this, Blake, it's on.
All right, now I'll just do a quick description of it. It's he's shouting out his mortal enemy, Alex Canaston here, who has hit literally the first available on what hole did we say this course? Alexander Heights.
It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah, it's literally about 3 meters in front of him. There's only one tree, and Alex has squared it up straight in the middle. He's then sent in another one with Alex hitting a putt from at least, I'm going to say, outside 10, but he's standing in a storm drain. That's, and he's taken his shoes off. He's up to about his, halfway up his calf in water.
And he half jump putted. And he did very well not to just face plant in the storm drain.
Is that a falling putt?
It's 100% a falling putt.
Stroke him.
And stroke him, definitely. But we will get that shared out there and, yeah.
Alex, I thought you were good at disc golf, mate. That tree, you give anyone a Frisbee, they're going to miss that tree.
So even though he's got no one to compare to for this week, but he has won worst shot of the week.
Well
done, Alex.
And thanks, Blake. I love a bit of sniping your mates. Awesome.
All right. Next up, we've got some questions sent in. Now, there's actually been quite a few, so we'll get straight into them. But Jacob Davies has obviously been listening the last couple of episodes and had a suggestion for the colours to describe how, or to rate a disc golf course. And he said, Maybe they should think about using the colours and the what they use on ski slopes. So essentially, the black diamond, double black diamond, the blue run, a green run. Yeah. So what do you think of that, boys?
No.
Hang on, I'm confused.
Why?
Because the PDGA has already got something.
It's already got colours.
There are colours.
But the ski slopes, I've been skiing once, fair to say, and I tackled the green. I was a master of the green runs. Stepped up to a blue. I was like, Mount Everest. That thing was steep. Like, no clue. But like, it's a good idea, Jacob. Like, I think the ski slope colours, more people know those colours. But like, there's 4 categories on a ski slope, and they've used.
There is a few more. That's just the North American one. But
why have they used the same colour twice? They've gone green, blue, black. Oh, we'll go black again. Double black.
It's double black though.
I kind of like. Imagine if North was like the double black course. I kind of like it.
Double black sounds cool.
It sounds cool.
It sounds cool. Black sounds cool.
Sounds like I'm ordering a Smirnoff. Like, what?
You'll need a few after it, but yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Like, no. Just make it another colour, though.
There is a colour. There's PDJ have already put out colours.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to use them or talk about them. But
this sparked another question, and we'll research it for the next episode. But how do golf, like how's the PGA, how do they rate courses? I'm not really sure whether it's by par or whether it's by handicap, but I'd just be interested in that. How do they actually do it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the golf's different though, because you've got. I mean, it's all about the par, isn't it?
I think it's more or less 72. I think it essentially comes back to like the similar algorithm to the PDGA rating.
Yeah.
So you'll have like the course will be rated 970 or whatever, which is heaps better. But
maybe we do that. Maybe like what's par?
Is it a SSA scratch rating? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, cool suggestion, Jacob. Thanks for sending it.
It is a cool suggestion, and I do like the idea of the double black.
Yeah, I kind of
even if it is a smell
double black course.
It's funny. It's funny you mentioned that. I played around with Tosh at the lead day on the weekend. She was getting ready for the Ace Race Challenge, and she was going to be proactive because they're playing the white course. She thought it was blue. She was like, about to make all these blue flags for the blue layout, and it wasn't until she listened to the tee off that she realised it was the white layout. So,
right.
Just goes to show, Fergie, needs some work. So maybe Jacob Davies is onto it. Like, there's only 4 options here, and 2 of them are black for some reason. But I think the ski colours more widely known, so not a bad idea.
Interesting. All right, Austin D'Alessandro sent in a rule clarification on. Internationally. I know, but he said internationally. I want to intentionally backing into branches to get them out of the way. Now, I've got a feeling he's trying to call someone out here, but he hasn't put that in.
It has to be Jade or Dan.
We have a video of this?
Let's look, whatever they did, Austin, I'm going to give them a stroke because they did it wrong.
So I went on. So 803.01 moving obstacles. So a player must choose a stance that results in the least movement of any obstacle that is a permanent or integral part of the course. Once a stance has been taken, the player may not move an obstacle in order to make room for a throwing motion. It is legal for a player's throwing motion to cause incidental movement of an obstacle. I think, does that sum it up?
I think so. Well, so you're back into a plant, tree, branch, in Jade's case, some sort of stump.
In Jade's. I love it. Yeah, straight to Jade. Yeah.
It had to be Jade.
Yeah.
I love it, Jade. And you're allowed to do that.
I think, no. I don't think you're allowed to because it's in the least movement of any obstacle.
But you're still allowed to do it then. You're still moving that object.
So subjective though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You're still moving the object.
Least movement, man. That's a lot of movement. You're backing into it, yeah?
Yeah, but it's still you're allowed to move it. No?
No, I think you can't. I think that's the whole point of this, Fergs. It's like it's meant to be the least, so you're meant to like stick your leg in there.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to like back the semi-trailer and like move a whole bush.
Yep.
The semi-trailer.
Oh, well,
Jade's got a big ass. And then it is legal for the player's throwing motion to cause incidental movement of an obstacle.
Yeah,
so like if you were like all the way in, you got that small as you're throwing. But yeah, I read that as the least movement. So if you're backing into a whole bush, that's a lot of movement. You got to kind of like slide your way into.
But if there's a bush in the way, there's no way that you can get to your lie without touching foliage.
No, you can touch.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
like the minimum amount.
But the least amount,
The least amount. That's so subjective.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
It depends how big your bum is.
So essentially, Austin, what we're saying is, yes, Jade stuffed up there. He should not have moved whatever he did move.
Stroke the hell out of him.
Absolutely.
And win a beer because I'm sure they play for beers. Nick Halstead has sent in the 20th anniversary Buzz was just released.
Oh, don't mention it, Nick. I haven't bought one. I'm kind of getting those jittery regrets not buying a collector's disc.
Yes.
Did you get one?
I did not because I only realised when Nick sent this in. So I went and had a look.
They popped up. I just thought they looked ugly as all hell. But Fergie, you made a good point. They're paying tribute to what they looked like when they were first made.
That's right. Yes. We might have mentioned that off air. But yeah, no, back in the day, they came out with that nice little bar stamp.
Nice.
And it was actually called...
I love a bar
It's
stamp.
subjective. It's subjective.
It's very subjective. Yeah, they're blood ugly. But anyway, people are buying them by the truckloads, that's for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting one. But Nick followed up with another question. Name your top 3 most influential discs.
Now, we didn't know how to read this. We came up with our 3 personally influential discs. And then we tried to have a little bit of a chat about the 3 most influential discs on the sport of disc golf.
Yeah.
So, Paddy, what were your personal ones first?
Personal ones, I was going to say the Justice from Dynamic Discs because I feel like that's in most people's bags.
Yeah.
Following on from that, the Grace from Latitude 64, again, in most people's bags. And the Westside Disc Harp, shocker, 3 trilogy discs. But, yeah, I feel like everyone has a harp or had a harp in the bag.
How many times, very good point with the Justice, that's in mine as well. Like, how many times do people hand you a disc and say, this is like a Justice?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, righto. Yeah.
Let's see it. Yeah.
Like,
no, it's not.
Not a chance. Like, it is a one and only disc, the Justice.
Yeah. I think just like the, the Grace being, it reminds me of a Wraith, but it has more glide.
Yep.
Like, a super popular disc, like that's only just come out in the last couple of years. And the harp just seems to be, an absolute staple in people's bags. So yeah, they were my 3.
Mm-hmm. I kind of tackled this in the sense that, I guess nostalgic or kind of going back a little bit.
Yep.
For me, Wraith, and also going in driver mid-range putter. Fairway. Wraith, Mako 3, Leopard 3.
Yeah.
Those 3 discs worked for me for a long, long time. Just, I don't know, suited my game and what have you. So, yeah.
Mako 3 is huge. Fair.
Do you happen to throw with Hyzer, Fergie?
A little bit.
Yeah. Seems that way.
I do HyzerFlip.
All right. On the full flex side of things, I've gone with the Destroyer because I just feel like every manufacturer is trying to copy the Destroyer, and certainly that's been a big staple in my bag for a long time. The Justice as well. Every single upshot for the Justice. And the Firebird, of course.
Yeah.
One and only.
Do you throw with Hyzer?
The
stableness.
The only ones I wanted to throw out as well, is sort of discs that changed the game, are definitely the Aviar, definitely the Rock. Every new company tried to design a Rock.
Yep.
It's funny that I feel like the Buzz is like the universal mid-range.
It's kind of one of the...
So I got to kind of knock the Rock out of the equation. Nick said specifically 3.
Yep.
I'm happy to go with Aviar because the P2 copied the Aviar and it's kind of like the putter.
Mm-hmm.
Like who puts with anything else at Innova than the Aviar?
Yeah, don't know. Though the Sexton
the
Fireflies,
yeah,
they were pretty popular too. But yeah,
I think they're just a variation of they're like a big beat Aviar or something.
KC Pro, JK, Yetis, they're all Aviars.
But I think I've got to put the Buzz above the Rock.
But yeah,
particularly since Macbeth's moved on, no one's throwing the Rock. It's not.
Oh, it's a very classic. This is the classic lineup. The only other one I wanted to shout out as well is the Champ Boss because it was the disc that broke all the distance records.
That's a good point.
Good point.
Wiggins.
I think you got to say Destroyer though, hey.
100%. Yeah,
but you're right with the Boss and kind of making a little bit of a comeback. I know Germ throws a Boss. Where's what's his name? Alex Russell. He's like
Slayer.
The Slayer. Yeah. He was known for his 120.
What does he slay?
The course.
The forehands, mate. 120 meter forehand boss flick he had. Where's he gone? He was good.
Yeah, he was good, wasn't he?
Yes.
If I'll go back even further, I think you can't go past the most influential disc of all time, which is the Champion Eagle.
Eagle. Yeah.
As in Innova Champion, as in the first beveled edge disc. Right. That was the game changer. Dave Dana Pace, 83, whatever it was. I mean, before that, you were throwing freaking plastic lids, This thing changed disc golf. So.
It's funny how it's not that popular at the moment, the Eagle, though.
No, old school Eagle, like the original.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like an Aero now, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah, it changed the Aero when it went mass production. Or whatever,
no.
But if we didn't have that,
if I didn't know you, Fergie, I wouldn't have even known that. So
there's definitely a generation.
Good thing you know him.
Look, I think 3 most influential discs Destroyer has to be one.
Yeah.
Destroyer is always like the one and only disc people need.
Yep.
Like, what do you need anything else for? I got to say Buzz, like over Rock, that's probably like, I don't know. What do you guys reckon? You happy with Buzz over Rock or?
I don't know. The Rock came out earlier. It was
Yeah.
it was a driver back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going back that far, the Buzz was always a mid range.
I feel like Buzz is the
don't know.
most popular mid-range. It's got to be the
Yeah,
most.
nowadays, yeah.
Nowadays, yeah.
And then third one.
Well, I'm a bit controversial here, but the Araby.
Araby.
22-inch ringed Araby, 100% is the most influential. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, how much do you just love seeing like a dad and two kids throwing rocks at an Araby and stuck in the tree?
Yeah.
Like you are not getting that thing out of the tree.
No, number 3. I don't know.
Would you say an AVR?
Probably an AVR.
Yeah.
P2. Yeah.
Yeah.
The classic. There you
Anyway,
go.
Nick.
Anyway, Nick, awesome question.
Yeah, I love
Appreciate it. Terry Bowen.
Can we ban dad from sending stuff into the podcast? Seriously.
No, I love it. So the sanction event on the ADG page now lists every event on 7 lines. What a waste of space.
Call the police, Dad.
No,
No, he's right though. But
well,
if you go to the
is he though?
If you go to the desktop, Dad, open up the browser, not on your phone. It's nicely displayed, single line each event.
Yeah,
and you can toggle past events now. Very good initiative by Paul Arden or whoever did that. Very, very nice.
And Tez, I don't know how your eyesight is, but I'm sure that font size on your phone might be affecting how much is it. Maybe take it down from size, 72, mate, and you might get.
He's probably
a bit
saying
more
3
space
words on the screen.
On your dad, keep sending stuff in. I think this is your third consecutive clip on each episode.
I love it. I love it.
Next one, Fergie, Clayton Beck.
Thoughts on Eruption being a PDGA A tier? Top 3 picks in MPO, please.
Ooh, good question. I mean, it's bloody awesome. It's an A tier. 6K.
Sexy as.
They're going to spread that down to 15th place for me, right? I bubbled it last time. That sucked.
All right.
Wow. Top 3 picks in MPO.
Well, look, the course wise, you've got to have a forehand and you've got to be consistent and you've got to read the wind well. So, shocker, I'll throw Luke Bain out there. But I thought maybe some of the Canberra boys could be a bit of a sneaky. Maybe Dan Frost. You don't have to have the longest arm. You've just got to be consistent. So, Dan, I'm throwing you out there. And then I thought Aussie D.
I'm frantically trying to pull up the page. Is the one and only Dylan Fellman playing? Please tell me.
Not at the moment.
He's not playing?
Not at the moment.
Oh, boy.
Well,
because he took it down last time, right?
He has taken it down.
So Luke Bain, highest rated, 997. Dave Perry, 994. Austin, third at 979. And then yourself, Paddy, fourth rated. Ooh, very naughty.
I'm going to go just Luke Bain.
Yep.
Paddy Robinson, Tim Bowen.
Ooh.
My
in that
fellow
order? Surely not in that order. Surely you meant to say Tim Bowen first.
Yeah, sorry, I did mention Tim Bowen.
Thanks.
No, legit boys. I think Paddy, you're hitting some good form. Tim, you're in good form. Don't deny it. You are. You're playing well.
Thank you.
And Luke Bain, I mean, fresh off a European tour. He's home soil again. He's going to
hopefully he's real fresh. He gets off the plane and then comes play, so it gives us a bit of a chance.
That's my hot 3 picks.
Yep.
I'm going with Jade Brady as my first pick, Luke Bain as my second pick, and Austin D'Alessandro is my third pick. It was like Austin, David, Perry, or Dan Frost. Very, very tight. And I'll take fourth. I'll be happy with fourth.
Nice. Cool. There we go, Clayton. I'm sure we will talk about that more as we get closer to the event.
6K, again, I'll just say that.
Yeah. It's good. So good. Now, Luke Bain has sent in a question. He's like, hey, crew, hope you're all amazing. We certainly are. What's the deal with ADGC being a B tier and Rego costs $230 while Mount Gambier Eruption is an A tier but costs $160 to enter? Now, that is for the open divisions. The only thing I'll say about that is you can totally have a B tier with added cash. So at the end of the day, I think it really just comes back to a bit of TD discretion. But they might be a bit worried about, I don't know, maybe hitting some of the requirements of an A tier. Maybe they don't. I think we're still a bit new to A tiers in Australia and new TDs coming through, hosting these big events. Imagine back in the day, having to deal with this size of people coming through with the experience that you had maybe with only 2 or 3 years under the belt. Fergie, I don't know. That would have been pretty daunting.
Absolutely.
So I think that might have a little bit to do with it as well. But it doesn't really worry me, to be honest.
So just to kind of go back again, A tiers need a certain amount of out of cash?
They do, yes. You have to hit, I think it was $5,000 USD.
Yeah, something like that.
5,
And there's other rules like, you have to have a PDJ membership. I think there was a dress code stipulation for A tiers versus B tiers.
Sure if that, yeah, maybe.
And there's probably other things as well, like in terms of
we'd have to get the international
is
guide up.
Eruption 3 rounds or 4 rounds?
It'd be 3, I think.
A tiers only have to be 3, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. I think majors, like PDJ majors, maybe 4 rounds.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah. I don't know if there's extra expenses related to running nationals versus like a state level comp like the Eruption is. That could, explain some of the discrepancy in the cash there. I hope we're not just paying for those new RPM baskets I saw there installing down there because I'm not happy about that. I like the old nubless, historic Poimina baskets, and you chose RPM. Why not?
Yeah.
Rad.
Yeah.
Why not the Marquette?
Would have been. Well, I'd love to see a few bases up there.
This is my personal preference there. No, very good question, Bainey. Not too sure what the go is there, but and tier wise as well. Like, what are the benefits for a player of it being, apart from the cash, of it being an A tier versus B tier? Like, isn't it more for the US for points and things?
It is more points, and I think that really is going to come back with, if we want, if some of these open players want to go over and actually play some of these bigger events, then it's recognition,
more for them. Yeah, that's a good
and
point.
it helps, and I think just recognition overall. I think, if people are looking at more sponsors, that sort of stuff, like, okay, it's a higher tier event. If we want to attract more international sponsors, I reckon they're looking at that stuff too. So, yeah.
Rightio.
Anyway.
Moving on. Shawnee Freeman, what do you think should be the considerations for a good finishing hole for a comp? Should hole 18 always be a par 4? And should there be a dangerous hole for 16 or 17 like Isle to Wild and the Euros?
Excellent question.
Yeah, very good question, actually.
Some 3 questions.
So, the very last hole. I think the requirements for that, there has to be some form of score separation. So, a par 4 is good for that. I'm frothing hole 18 at Inverleigh right now, by the way. That's exactly what I want for a finishing hole.
Score separation, but like I'll throw on top of that, like risk reward. Mm-hmm. There's got to be a chance. Like someone, like you want to kind of see someone go for it and do something special and have something epic. It doesn't have to be a par 4, but I kind of like that that's the option. Maybe there's a risky tee shot. Maybe there's a chance to scramble. Like, these are all the things that sort of come under that umbrella of what is that risk reward. So, yeah, there's stuff I throw that comes to my mind.
I was going to say, Tim brought up Inverleigh. 16, 17, 18 works in a similar way. You know what I mean? Like, you've got 16 a little bit easier than 17. 17's getting difficult, very, tight wooded fairways. And then 18, you've got, a difficult par 4 to finish. And, I don't know, have we seen some big swings in tournaments there at the end? I'm not too sure if there's been that,
Fergie, have you forgotten the battle for 7th place at Oz Champs last time? The battle for 7th place.
I do. My apologies, I do.
Mate, me and Cam McDonald from Canberra stood on the tee at 18, both tied. That was the last spot of cash. Might have been 7th or 6th, I can't remember now. But anyway, we both proceeded to hit first available, kick way left. And anyway, long story short, next thing you know, I'm putting outside the circle for a double bogey to win 7th place because Cam was putting in a triple and canned it.
There you go.
Canned it.
There you go.
No, but hole 18 at Inverleigh, I think you can really throw some stuff in there. Like having the basket perched on a hill and the OB, there is OB there, but it's not like right behind the basket now. You can try and throw it in. Yeah. And you've got the backdrop. The hill's going to stop you from running too far. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Really, really like that. And I like, I really like obviously the one that Conrad, threw in on.
Yeah. Epic.
Like, and the one thing that hole has that's really, really what you need for a finishing hole for a comp is somewhere to watch.
Yeah.
And Inverleigh had that. Like everyone watching us, approach 18 and putt on 18 was awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of on the weekend, I did notice, Tim, that you nabbed my CTB.
Oh, yes.
The second throw CTB.
Very interesting.
You nabbed me there. Yeah, unfortunately, I was just, I don't know how far down the base of the hill there for my second. Proceeded to take a 6.
Oh, there you go. You got a 6. Well, I got a par.
Beautiful.
Mate, that shot was a forehand turned over wraith too, by the way.
Jeez.
That's beautiful.
The only one I can other one I think about that's not a par 4 that's a good example is Mundaring, hole 18, being
Up the hill?
it's kind of like an island, a very large island, par 3. And you've got it like the clubhouse is right behind you.
Yep.
Everyone can sort of be there, sit around and watch. And I don't know. There's been quite a few tournaments that I've been to where it's been decided on that hole. Is an island hole for the finishing? Yeah, I don't know. I could debate a little bit about that, but. Yeah, I think that there's a par 3.
Maybe not the last hole. I think that's what Shawnee was saying, like having it at 16 or 17 is a good idea. Like 17 at Idlewild has got at Ledgestone's got the river.
Yeah.
Or the artificial river one. That's a bit gimmicky, that one.
Yeah.
At European Open, hole 16's got the bunker hole.
Yeah.
Don't mind it like second or third last hole. Stir the pot up a little bit.
Yeah.
USDGC, 17.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not bad. Create the drama, the holes before, and then all of a sudden it's swinging round. They're into the final hole, and numbnuts
We've had a
just
swing.
completely lost the tournament in the last 2 holes or something. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Finishing at the clubhouse though, like Mundaring, having that spot where everyone's going to be sort of congregating to recap their rounds and watch the next cards come in. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love to see that in these big course comps. That's for sure. So thank you, Shawnee. Excellent question. Yeah. All right. And that brings us to the end of another episode of the Tee Off. Episode 44, guys. We're getting close to that half century. I kind of like it. Please make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Send in any questions or topics you'd like us to discuss. And until next time, we hope you get out and play some disc golf with your mates. Thank you, Fergie. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
So that's the end of the episode. Thanks for listening. I don't know why you're still here. We have to go see our families. Seriously, just go play disc golf.